All right then. So today's choice was between playing a little simulated blackjack, per usual, or tracking the antics of who've I got on my list right now? Degen Dolt, who managed to just about break even in spite of winning more bets than he lost, which is just insane. Doesn't make any sense at all. And then there was Brandon O'Brien in that really, really creepy room they've got at the uh, MGM Park or Park MGM or whatever it is, their sort of high roller room. They call it the studio or something like that. And there's cameras in all directions, and it's just creepy. Uh, but he lost money. He lost a shitload of money, and I have no idea whether he had more wins than losses or whatever. I mean, he's an odd player. He's just a strange player. Very, very kind of given to fail Marys and tilting and all that nonsense. So anyway, I see that I've forgotten to put the minimum in again, but 25 to I forgot to fix it is what I'm saying. Oops, you see, 8-7 catches 9 so often. It's just the weirdest thing. Double for the loss. Oh dear, 1-2. That's a double. Did a bit better that time. That's good. Uh, I don't like having that red there because I tend to just go over to the left, and +1, 51, 2-3. I'll take it. Thank you very much. Double. Oh, we needed that for big money. A win is a win. I'll take it any time. How dare you? 51. Double for the push. Damn. 51. 3-4. Oops. I'm moving ahead as usual. uh, Another plus. Oh, lovely. Another plus. Pity about that. 1-2. All right. Back to the min. So important to remember that. Back to the minimum. Double for the loss. Yeah, I'm so much more comfortable doing this than tracking the professional losers. But oh, that was a fancy one. Very nice. I think that's got to be 1-2, isn't it? Or maybe it's 2-3. Now 5-6. Eh. 11-6 drop to 3. Double. Damn. Why am I laughing? 17-6. 14-6. So we're going to call that 3-2 in 500s. Oh. 5-4 in 500s. Going to be running away from this one in a minute. Maybe not. 1-2. 3, 4. Bugger. So that's 7, 4, which is 3, 2 in thousands. And we are running away. We're at a 1,000 to 25,000 table, 3, 2 in thousands. I'm going to bet the 3, 2. Oh, that's a double. Thank you, Ace. That was wonderful. All right. So we're 3, 2 in thousands. We just made it. So it's another pause, isn't it? Got to go back to the minimum. Yeah, it always feels a bit silly, you know, dropping back to another table after just one win. But that's what you have to do. You know, you got to be ready to work and to walk and to use your bankroll. Don't protect the bankroll. Let the bankroll protect you, and let the bankroll protect itself. You know, if you go stupid like some of these people do, where they fall back way too far, there's got to be a sensible relationship between the amount that you're in the shit, which you can call whatever you want. Call it your down, your target, your hole, your whatever. But there has to be a relationship between that and your bet values, because if the bet is too small a percentage of the target, then you're never going to get out of the hole. You know, that's the reality of it. Anyway, minimum. Very nice. That's better. Bugger. 51. And that's a repeat too. I like those 22s up there. I really do rejoice when I see those. And there's another one. Blessing. Okay. 1, 2. Goody. Back to the min. Double for the loss. 1, 2 again. Timing. It's not you can actually fix the timing, but if you got the right money out, you've got half a chance, haven't you? Oh, yeah. 3, 4, I think. That's a double. Oh my God, that was clever. 3, 4, 11. Should be 11, 12. Drop to 3. Damn it. All right, so we're on. Let's call it 8, 10. That was very nice. That was lucky. Back to the men. Luck is a factor, but it's not a controllable factor. Yeah, I've given up on John Sirasani. I just can't stand it. It's the whole performance. It's just, please, help. That was sad, wasn't it? 3, 4. Lucky. Lucky is good. Didn't work that time. 51. Repeat. That was lucky too. Always, always back to the minimum. I can't overstate how important that is. You know, you watch these clowns, these professional losers, and they just don't know when they've won enough. They just, they go bonkers and lose it all. It's pathetic. That looks like 1-2 to me. Double it. Ouch. 5-6. Ah, very nice. What a waste. Keep that up, mister. Plussing like mad now. All right, that's a repeat. All right, back to the min. On 2. That was tough. Got to take your lumps. Oh my God. 3-4. Well, I always say this should be a double-double. I don't always say. I have recently started to say there should be a double-double after a push natural. So we're on 3-4. Shouldn't really add anything, so I'm just going to go with 3-5. Well, that's good, maybe. Oh dear. 13, 15. Drop to 3. 10, 2-3 for the turnaround. Oh boy. 5-6. We're going to be running away again in a minute. No, we're not. Ah! Nice timing. Bugger. $51. Double down. All right, we'll take that one. Back to the min. Repeat. Back to the minimum. We haven't even finished the first shoe yet, have we? Oh, look at that one. That was a cheeky one. +1. I like cheeky too. Fan of that. Except when it's him. Up there. Oh! 2-3. 5-6. 5-6 it is. 22 again. Good for you up there. That's very nice. 21 this time. All right. Plus, I think. I'm not sure about that, honestly. Okie dokie. What was that? I've already forgotten whether I won that or lost it. I didn't notice. Let's just assume that it's a plus. Double. Not so good. All right, so that's 2-3. Ugh, 5-6 again. 11-6, drop to 3. 14-6. Oh dear. 26. 23-6. Now it's getting silly. 26-6. Look at that. Look at that. Bugger. All right, so 26, which we will call 2-1 in thousands. And 3-2 in thousands. Oh, that was nice. 1-2. Oh, great. Just in time. Okay. We're cranking now. +1. I think this is going to turn out to be another positive session, which is good for the bank balance, but crap for the demonstration purpose. I think it's that one too. Back to the men. +1. Yeah, anybody out there who doubts these sims really should give them a go. I mean, basically, this deals from an 8-deck shoe. It could deal from less. It could deal single deck. It could do double deck. Whatever. And it's so accurate and so clever. I mean, there's a couple of things that I don't like about it, but they're not important. Nothing major. I think that's a plus, isn't it? And it's the mouthy people who sort of say, "Oh, it seems not say." I mean, it's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense. It's an 8-deck shoe. It has exactly the right number of cards in it, and when a card is dealt, it can't be dealt again. I mean, yes, you could get another ace, and yes, once in a while you'll get something nutty like 6 3s, which is what I got once, and I couldn't believe it. I've never seen anything like it, and I've been using this thing for years. +1. All right, now we're on 1-2. Thank you. Yeah, I think most of the people who claim that this doesn't work, because it's a sim, are trolls. They work for the house. It's sad. Double. Ouch. All right, so that was expensive. So that's 2-3. Oh, bust by 1, 5, 6. 11-6, drop to 3. Again. 14-6. 11-6. Not quite qualified for a bump up. 11-6. Okay. 17-12. So we'll call that 4-3 in 500s. One, two in 500s. Oh, just right. All right, love it. Yeah, this is definitely a player-friendly set of shoes, set of whatever. But I don't control these things. I just do my thing. I think we got to repeat that somehow. All right, 2-3. That's a double. Just look at that. Aye. Getting some crazy dealer style pulls lately. 51. All right. Repeat. Double for the nasty. I'll take it. Yeah, we're being well looked after in this set. Double for the push. 51. Repeat. Look at that. What was it? 1-2. Back to the min. Split. Double. That was a wash. Repeat. Could hardly spit that out there. See that? Now, if I'd not taken that 6, it would have helped Mr. Wiz, wouldn't it? Back to the min. Split. That's a plus. That's a plus. Ooh. 1-2. Double it. Oh, damn. 5-6. All right. Back to the min. We're coming to the end of the second now here, I think. Well, you murdered us there, didn't you, mate? That's 1-2. 3-4. Oh boy, 7-8. Made it worse. Well, that's a relief. Okay, we're in 25 minutes now, so I'm going to quit at this point. Um, my backup sound system is asleep right now, so I'll see you in the Excel zone. All right, so here we go again. If you've been here before, you'll know that I'm not particularly happy when I see a player edge in a given sample because it suits me much better if I can win while losing more bets than I win. But I don't have control over these things, and all I have to do is just take my lumps. I mean, it happens that my lumps are positive, and it's more money in the funny money bankroll that's building ridiculously. It's now at 2.3 million or whatever. What a shame it's not real. My recollection actually of this latest sample was not entirely accurate. I thought, "Ooh, this is going very well." So it must be a player positive, but it wasn't really because it went up, then it went down, then it went up, then it went down, and did it, and basically it's just like every time. These slumps here are the slumps that kill the professional losers and the idiots, the ignorance, the people who show up with not enough money to enable them to beat the house, and they have every right to do that. I get it. I mean, I don't mean to sound snide and critical and so on, but having lived and played in casinos many years in Nevada, I know what the norm is for gamblers. The norm is self-destructive stupidity. It is not measured, careful, calculated, tactical approaches to the different table games. And I won't even talk about well, beyond a few seconds, uh, those damn machines, those stupid slots, because they really are the dumbest thing on earth. And the house edge for them runs between about maybe 5% if you're lucky, up to about 10% against the punter. And taking on odds like that is just downright bloody daft. But people love them. And again, they have that right, but expecting to see any long-term profit out of those things is just ridiculous. And yeah, you've got people like NG Slots and Vegas Matt and all those other flash buggers, the shills, the touts, the house pets. They do win extraordinary amounts of money, but they don't give you the full details about the even more extraordinary amounts of money that they've lost. One thing that amuses me about Vegas Matt is that he was a steady loser in the hundreds of thousands until I started calling him a professional loser. And just coincidentally, it obviously has nothing to do with me insulting him or offending him or whatever. He wouldn't pay any attention to me. I mean, beyond 4 attempts to try and get me booted off YouTube. But other than that, he wouldn't pay any attention to anything that I have to say about his methodology. And suddenly, like this year, he's only about 50,000 behind, so he says. Last year, in the fall, he won nearly 1 million on slots, and that took him from being hugely behind to being hugely ahead. I find all of that very suspicious. Certainly, Vegas Matt will never produce the kind of detail that I do when I'm running these demonstrations. But then again, he's likely to say, like a lot of other idiots, he's going to say, well, a sim, of course, doesn't prove anything. They're just not the same as the real thing. What is not the same as the real thing, let's be honest, is the way that Vegas Matt and his crew bet. They bet like total rubes, total ignorant twerps. And again, their money, their choice. But what I hate is the fact that they're out there. Millions of people, or at least 1.5 million people, are watching them on a fairly regular basis and actually taking in that crap and treating it as if it is the real thing. It is not the real thing. Vegas Matt's gambling is not as real as it gets. It's as fake as it gets. And, being taken in by him is not clever. But anyway, let's deal with the facts. This time, again, it was a bumpy ride. And then suddenly it started to get a lot better towards the very end. And then we went and then up again. And of course, Pattern Betting's tracker is a lot more pleasant than this one. It's just up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And what did we do? 46,000 in action, 315 average bet, average win 421, average loss 290, average win value over average loss value 145%. That's solid. Anything over 120, 125% is really good. We had 84 wins and 77 losses, which is where the player edge comes from, 4.3%. With my sort of like stumbling, bumbling, fumbling betting and occasional mistakes and all the rest of it, I was able to boost that from 4.3% to 25%. Happy about that. Indicated win with that action at 4.3% is just shy of 2,000. We won 11,400, so to the house. Exposure, not sure that exposure figure is exactly right. 3,325, it's too high. That should be 2,000, so I'll fix that. So the actual maximum exposure was 5,325, so we got a 214% return on risk, 25% return on action. And this is a number that really matters. You watch these clowns like John Sirasani and so on, and yeah, sometimes they'll win 2,000 or 3,000. If it's NG slots, they'll win 75 or 100,000. But if you look at their churn, their total action, their whatever, you'll see that it's a very small percentage of their win is a very small percentage of their churn, their action. Whereas here we're looking at 25%, and that's good. As usual, Algie, who doesn't get any extra help from me, I don't tweak it or fake it or fiddle with it or fart around with it. I just leave it to get on with it. Did somewhat less well, 4.3% obviously, and all of this stays the same because it's the same outcomes. And Algie boosted that to 14%. Average win 270, average loss 201, average win over average loss 134%. Really good. The 4.3%. Yeah, action was almost identical. Look at that. 45,625, 44,575. So, that's all pretty much the same. Average win 270, average loss 201, 134%. Not quite as good as my real-time result, but still not bad. I think, again, the risk is looking a bit high there. I think that's set wrong, so I'll try and fix that. 3,500, where is it? It's worse. It's 3,600. Yeah, all right, slightly less. So the max exposure was 7,100. So we got a very good return. The win was 6,300, not as good as mine, 11,400, but still, hey, not bad, and not bad for a robot either. that's what we're dealing with here. But it's frustrating, really, dealing with you folks out there, simply because obviously the audience is not as great as for Vegas Matt and his pitch to the morons of the YouTube universe, and I say that with kind of affection because I think that in a sense, people who can be entertained by watching other people gamble rather than gambling themselves are very lucky because they're saving tons of money. But obviously, the reality is that if the casinos believed that Vegas Matt was offering a substitute for people going into the casinos and risking their own money, then they would not
This is a reminder.
support him in the way that they do, and all the other professional losers. Quite clearly, the casinos have done their due diligence, their market research, and they know full well that the likes of Vegas Matt are in fact attracting people to gambling. And knowing that, they keep on helping him, promoting him, giving him little $100 chips with his face on them. How pathetic is that? Oh my God! But hey, that's uh, that's the business they're in. Those guys. It's all about BS, smoke and mirrors, flash and pizzazz, no substance, and above all, it's about disinformation, misinformation, bamboozlement, and lies. That's the kind of the lingua franca of the gambling business, and you would all out there do well not to forget that, because these people are not in the slightest bit interested in what's good for you. All they care about is how much they can screw out of your wallet before you go home with your tail between your legs. So, anywho, oh, damn, I've said it again. Let's go and have a look at Double or Drop. Still bloody pulling in the loot. It's really intriguing. This just doesn't change. I do update the chart every time I come to this point in the process, and it just looks the same. I mean, there is, that's the slogging away, Double or Drop. And I don't suggest that it's the world's greatest. It's just a variation on progressive betting and on pattern betting in particular. But it's doing very nicely. Reduces the total action by 51% and increases the so it's 49% of the action and 55% of the win. So that's pretty good, and that's why you're looking at 12.2% for double or drop, and 10.8%. Not a lot of difference between the two of them. But the thing, of course, about double or drop is that it's an alternative. It's not much of a change, but it is an alternative to the pattern betting procedure, system, strategy, or as George Bush Jr. would have said, strategery. Uh, very important to have a good strategery. Let's face it, like his in Iraq, which cost America God knows how much. I don't even like to think about it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What happened to algae? There's algae. That's algae. Yeah. And then we go down to online reality, and that's the end of story again. It's up to you to believe it or not, take it or leave it, whatever. But all those people out there, hundreds of thousands, 1.5 million, whatever it is, who are prepared to believe every damn word that Vegas Matt and every little bloody stunt that Vegas Matt pulls with his crew, and they're not prepared to believe me with all of the information that I supply. But hey, I shouldn't complain, because I chose to do this, and I have been doing it online for nearly 30 years, and I probably won't stop. I don't suppose I'll last another 30 years, but maybe there'll be somebody to succeed me. I have a candidate in mind, actually. This is the guy I was telling you about, who has played 3,500 shoes against a Baccarat Win Pro, which is a brilliant, brilliant training platform and simulation, and is every bit as accurate and trustworthy as the Wizards blackjack sim. He's played 3,500 shoes and made a profit of 5 million to date against a house edge, which is running at the norm, which is about minus 1.3, 1.28%. It's incredible. But what you folks out there don't seem to want to understand is that all of the crap that the casinos come out with when they say you can't beat negative expectation, any amount bet against a negative expectation must have a negative result. what you don't seem willing to understand is that only applies to flat or random betting. But once progressive betting comes into the picture, the casinos know full well that they are in trouble. Their bottom line is threatened by progressive betting. And, the ideal situation for me would be that if I did go back into Nevada, back into Las Vegas, and I started getting banned left and right. I've only got one ban on my record right now because I was so bloody careful for so many years, and sort of spread my action around a lot. And it wasn't that dramatic. It wasn't nearly as dramatic as you're seeing here. But, I was very, very careful. And I was only ever banned from one place, and I just switched straight over to Baccarat and kept on kicking their ass. But they didn't care about that. It's just the funniest thing. But no, I would love it if I could get barred from a whole ton of casinos, because the more backing off that I get, the more bars that I get, the more it proves what I'm telling you is the truth. If you bet this way, if you use pattern betting in particular, but progressive betting in general, then you're going to make money against these people, so long as you have a lot of money behind you. If you don't have a huge bankroll, you're going to get killed. And it's kind of sad to see the sort of money that people like Vegas Matt and Crazy Cody Burn Money and Dana White and others have to back their play. But their play is very different to mine. Their play is all about, sort of, again, smoke and mirrors, flash and pizzazz, bamboozlement, befuddlement, and bring the suckers in. That's their job. It's not mine, that's for sure. Anyway, I will catch up with you later. I'm just trying to find my backup. Still waiting on the mic problem to get fixed. Come on. Jeez. Yeah, so I'll catch you next time.